Okay, well, everybody, hello and greetings from New York City. I am super excited to be here and presenting Peerbound for the first time at the showcase, along with our wonderful customer, Jane Menyo, who's the Senior Director of Solutions and Customer Marketing at Gong. So let me click present. Okay, so hopefully you can all see this. Somebody give me a shout if you can't. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, welcome to the Customer Proof Saloon. And I'm very excited to share with you what we're doing over here at Peerbound. So we've got a saloon poker themed presentation, and Peerbound is the ace of insights. And a little bit about the company. We've been in business since 2023. We love working with customer obsessed B2B marketing teams and marketing leaders to turn customer proof into revenue. And we believe that the future of this function involves tying every single effort of customer advocacy leaders and customer marketers and how it ties to revenue growth at your companies, because we think that there's so much great work that's being done by this function that goes unrecognized. And we want to make it easier to do that work and a lot easier to go get the rightful credit for all the hard work that you all do. So Peerbound is integrated with more than a dozen of your favorite SaaS solutions, and our customers include awesome SaaS companies and services companies like Imperity, Braze, Contentful, Gong, obviously, Lattice, Motive, and Tipalti. So super excited to walk through the rest of this with our wonderful customer, Jane. Jane, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Hi, howdy everyone. Just really nice to meet y'all. I'm Jane. I am head of solutions and customer marketing here at Gong. Really helped us come in and build up the customer marketing function. And with that, a lot of our work is taking a very customer-centric approach to understanding our target audiences. And so we relay that back into how we have better go-to-market strategies that really focus on the solutions of our product. I'm a huge fan of the broader customer marketing community. And I think there's so much more that a lot of the people are doing that I learn from every day, and the ways that our vendors are always constantly educating us and pushing the boundaries with us and what's possible. And so we're excited to share a little bit of that with you here today. Okay,
fabulous. All right, Jane, tell us a little bit about how we met.
Yes, it was a great question. Sunny actually invited me to join his podcast that he was running. And it was a fun little program where he had the previous host or guest do a shout out, and actually a friend of mine, Nisha Bakshi, who runs our community and AI programs here at Gong, she nominated me. So that was how Sunny and I met. And from there, quickly started having a lot of conversations on gaps and opportunities in our space, and really where there's so much value in ways that customer marketing is such a strategic function within any business, and particularly within marketing and go-to-market teams. And what's possible if we were able to scale up a lot of the work that we did to, maximize our time and efforts, as well as also got more recognition for a lot of the work that we're doing. And so that's, Sunny, how you and I started our chats and then started our relationship here.
That's right. And, as the slide says here, I think, when Jane and I first met, there was so much that was going on at Gong, and the company was growing so fast and still is growing so fast. And you had some pretty big strategic needs around, hey, let's find all the customer love that we can find across Gong, G2, and everywhere else, and do it at the scale that we are already at and that we're going to be. Once you get these initial quotes, you got to create amazing content, right? It has to be content that you would be proud to put on your website and share with your sales teams and the rest of the company. And the last part is, hey, let's tie it back to revenue. It's all about helping every sales rep at Gong win more deals faster. And those were the strategic needs that I remember, us talking about, Jane, in the early days. And that's the mission that we're on together now. Okay, very cool. So I'm going to talk about this slide, which is how our relationship grew. And we're going to present the beginnings of a winning hand. And so if the way I talk to people about Peerbound is I say, hey, we do three things really, really well for customer marketers. And the first thing is that we help you find advocates, proof points, competitive insights, and a whole lot more without lifting a finger, right? There's no manual work. There's no shoulder tapping CSMs. There's none of the other things that you've had to do in the past, really, to go get even a handful of advocates and a handful of proof points. What Peerbound does is that we integrate with your existing, conversation recording solutions like a Gong or Chorus, Clary, and a whole bunch of others. And we integrate with G2, and we also bring in every existing customer story and proof point that you already have within your company. And that represents a great data set that helps you sort of, find all these amazing, not just advocates, but also these wonderful things that they've already said about you. So now you have this, really rich set of, quotes, proof points, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to do a lot of great things with those proof points that we're finding for you at scale. So find is the first part of the platform. Next step is create. You know that, just because a customer says something on a call or on a G2 review doesn't mean it's ready for sort of the public eye. And so we help you go transform all of those raw materials into really finished, whether it's stories, draft reviews. It could be slides that are in your company's brand, look and feel. And you can do all of that with just one click within Peerbound. And again, I'm just showing you the headlines, but there's a whole lot of powerful work that goes behind being able to, having our customers be able to do all these things. And now you have all these beautiful assets that are created. Well, let's go deliver it to sales. And so this is where, we have a Slack integration. Our Slack bot is truly conversational. It is low latency, which means it gives you responses within 30 seconds or less, rather than the 5-6 minutes it might take to go search across all this other data. And you can actually have follow-up questions and conversations with it. And there's a whole lot more that we're doing on this front that I'm excited to share in future weeks and months. But this is the last part of what Peerbound does, is we find, create, and then we finally deliver this all to sales. Okay, Jane, I think I'm going to turn this back to you. You're going to help convert the beginnings of a winning hand into a true winning hand. Tell us a little bit about when did you know that you found a partner?
Excellent. Yes. Well, I would say winning partner for us is really, we have some big goals that we're up against this year and big things that we're trying to accomplish. And as many of you probably feel, it's the constant do more with less. Our company has grown. We have more products we serve. We have new regions. We have new sales teams. There's a lot more stakeholders that we are trying to support and do the best we can do to make all of them our biggest raving fans internally. So one of the areas that we are doing is we are trying to scale up how we actually find new advocates. There's so many hidden gems within our customer base, so many different raving fans that we want to go out not only to create our own programs to surface these folks, but just find the folks who are already there. And so that's a lot of what we are using Peerbound for today, is how we will be able to find those folks, as Sunny mentioned, through existing conversations where they're already raving about us to our teams through Gong calls. The second is being able to it's create 50 more customer stories this year. But for us, that's double the amount of output that we've had, which has been flat for, I would say, almost the last 4 or 5 years now. We've been consistently at about 25 stories per year. And part of this is because we have a high bar for the quality of our storytelling, as well as the types of people that we are going to focus on. And so as we partnered with Sunny, that was a big thing that we were not willing to back down on, is we still need to have that high bar of quality storytelling. We still need to have all of the material information that's really driving our business forward in the best way possible. And Peerbound platform really impressed us by the ability to create AI generated case studies that actually look and felt exactly like our own material on our existing website. Part of this was by the ability to actually take a custom brief that we would be able to create and really have that aligned to our own interview process and storytelling process. So with this, we'd actually looked at a lot of the ways that we were slowing down in our case study process, and it really wasn't as many at-bats that we had. It was the fact that we weren't able to execute on those as quickly with that high storytelling bar. So this is going to be a big lever for us to actually hit that mark and doubling our case study output this year. And then deliver, as Sunny showed, the Peerbot is like an excellent first step for us in this direction. We are piloting this with our sales team today, and I cannot tell you how much enthusiasm we have from our sales team who are involved in this, and the excitement that they're sharing on this access to being able to just query for their information that they need and get instant response. Definitely saves us having to be in the day-to-day of our Slack, and actually gives us a lot more visibility into the types of questions and needs that our field team has, and where we have more opportunity to then focus our own efforts and energy in the future. And then, yeah, partnership. I would say Sunny, as a few folks on the chat have called out, Sunny and the Peerbound team are incredible partners. They are incredibly wonderful and thoughtful people. They've been in our shoes. They know our world. And so have like a high bar of vision for where this is headed and what's coming in the near future with their product and the potential there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jane. It means a lot. Look, I'll go through this very quickly because I know we're running out of time. A couple of things that are coming up for us. Actually, this is already now in the product because we're building as fast as we possibly can. You can write draft G2 reviews in Peerbound, and yes, it is AI assisted, but these are from real things that your customers have actually said on calls. And as many of you know, the hardest part of getting a customer to do a G2 review is this sort of open text area. And so now our customers are giving their customers these drafts and saying, look, you can submit a G2 review for us in less than a minute. And I'm really excited about this feature, and so are our customers. And then the last thing is, all these quotes that we're finding for you, you can now get them approved. And there's a beautiful workflow right inside of Peerbound that gives your customers a great experience when it comes to approval. And we really love it. And this also is now already in the product, and our customers are using it. And very happily, I'm using it with our customers and getting their quotes approved, which is super fun for me.
This is so great. So great.